In this video I'm going to show you how to do basic VLOOKUP, and the VLOOKUP function allows you to look up details from a table and input them into a larger table. So in this example I'm going to put my VLOOKUP function in C2. We're going to look up the teacher's name and match the teacher's name with the group in these cells here. So I start off by typing equals VLOOKUP, double click on the blue to put the brackets in, and it brings up the list of items that you need to put into your formula in order to make it work. The first one here is the lookup value. Now the lookup value is what we're asking Excel to look for in the table, and in this example we're asking Excel to look for the teacher's name. So we click there and you see B2 coming here. Now after where it says lookup value here, you'll see there is a comma, so we place a comma in and that will automatically move us on now to the next item needed in the list, which is the table array. The table array is the range of the cells that the table covers that has the information that we need to look up in, and in this example this is here from A18 to B20. So it pops it into the formula there, A18 to B20. Once again we need a comma in order to move us on. So now it's asking for the column index number. The column index number is the number of the column where we will be getting the information from, which we will then put into this cell here. So it's the column in the table array. So if we look in our table array, we have the teachers in column 1 and then the information that we want to be inputting in column 2. So our column index number is 2 because it's the second column. That's where the information is that we want putting in here. So we select 2 and then again comma, which moves us on to the final item that we need for our formula, which is the range lookup. Now you can ask Excel to look for either an exact match or an approximate match. Now in our example we want an exact match because we want it to look up the teacher's name. If we put approximate match, there's a possibility that Excel may include Mr. Watson because it starts with Mr. So we want an exact match, so we click exact match and then we select end bracket and enter, and as you can see Excel has looked up Mr. Mohammed within the table. It's found Mr. Mohammed, then it's looked in column index number 2 and input A, so that's in the column index 2 in there. So now we can auto populate the rest of the column with the same formula, like so. Now as you can see, only the top 2 have worked in this column, and that is because when we auto fill down, B2 then goes to B3 and then to B4 and B5, as you can see here, and B6. However, our table array is A18 to B20, and as we drag it down, the table array also moves down as well, down 1. So we go from A18 to B20 to A19 to B21, A20 to B22, A21 to B23, and so on down the column. As you can see, A21 to B23, for example, is here and contains no data. So to avoid this, when we auto populate, what we have to do is make the A18 to B20 range absolute cell references, and we do that by clicking in the cell reference and pressing F4, and then we click in the other cell reference and press F4. As you can see, this has put the $signs in which stop A18 to B20 moving absolute cell references stop auto-populating being possible. So the A in the $sign in front of the A stops you being able to auto-populate that way, and the $sign in front of the 18 stops you being able to auto-populate that way downwards. So now if we press enter, go back in and auto-populate by grabbing the black square, each one of those now works, and you can see Mr. Mohammed has got group A, Mr. Watson has got group C, Mrs. Sutton has got group B. So you can see that your VLOOKUP formula has worked. So if you go into your workbook now, VLOOKUP tasks, example 1 is the same example I've just done, so if you have a go and see whether you get the same results. Thank you.